Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Today, I want to answer a question about revolver calibers for a viewer. This viewer asked me, what is the absolute worst revolver caliber? If I'm going to go out and buy a revolver, what caliber should I not even consider buying? Well, I actually have this answer already in my head. I know this answer. So I don't even have to think about this. And I love videos where I don't have to think, because when I think too hard, my head hurts and I get a little bit of a tummy ache. So I like these. This is when I'm best, when it doesn't require any thought. So I thought I'd answer this question today. Now, I know a lot of you right off the bat are going to say, he's going to say 9mm. I know it. He's going to say 9mm. No, I am not going to say 9mm. Now, I know why a lot of you are thinking that, but here's the thing. There are several reasons why I could think someone should buy a revolver chambered in 9mm, or at least why they would want to. Let's say there's someone who wants to carry a gun, but they don't want to take the risk of actually hurting anybody. There you go, 9mm revolver. Perfect solution to that situation. So I'm not going to say 9mm. Now, a lot of you are probably saying right now, well, it's going to be some semi-automatic handgun caliber. He don't like that. He thinks it's unnatural. And I do think it's unnatural. I don't like them. But I can see reasons for them. The round that I'm going to say right now is a round that there's no reason for. And it is the .327 Federal. .327 Federal Magnums are just a waste of good materials. You should make real rounds out of that stuff. Like .357. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, you just don't understand the .327 Federal Magnum round. It's an awesome round. No, it isn't. I've owned them. They're junk. They're garbage. And I'm not saying they're pathetic or they're useless. Well, I guess I am kind of saying that. They are pathetic. But I'm not saying they're useless or they're ineffective. I'm just saying there's no reason for them. If you are going to get a revolver, get it in .357 Magnum, not .327 Federal. Because people will say, oh, but you should get that .327 Federal because you get more rounds. Yeah, if you've got a 5-shot .357, you can get 6 shots in it of .327. That's one extra. If you had a big gun chambered in .357 Magnum, you'd probably get 2 extra rounds in, maybe 3 if you went really big. But nobody's going to carry those. So, and plus, if you do that, you can go up to .44 Magnum or something like that. So when you're comparing .327 Magnum to anything, you're basically going to be comparing it to .357 Magnum. And when you do, it just doesn't make sense for an extra round or two. Now, I know a lot of people think, well, .327 Federal can be just as hot as .357 Magnum. I hear that all the fucking time. You hear people comparing like, I found the most powerful 9mm I could find, and it's almost as powerful as this really pussy-ass .357 Magnum. Well, that's not how you judge things. When you judge things, you judge comparable levels. So when you're looking at .327 Federal compared to .357 Magnum, it just doesn't compare. Let's look at Underwood Extreme. They make the same type of round for both .327 Federal and .357 Magnum. It is their monolithic hunter version, or round, I should say. And in the .327, this is a 95 grain bullet. Now, it's solid copper. Keep that in mind. That's why these weights are going to seem a little light. But it's solid copper. It moves at 1,500 feet per second and produces 475 foot-pounds of energy. That is impressive. That's kind of nice, actually. But if you look at the same round in .357 Magnum, well, it's a 120 grain bullet going at 1,700 feet per second and producing 770, almost 800 foot-pounds of energy. If you were only going to get one hit on something coming at you, maybe 2, which one would you want to hit them with? That 95 grain bullet producing 400 and something pounds of force, or that 120 grain bullet producing almost 800 pounds of force? I think I know the answer to that question. It's just not worth it to have 1 or 2 more rounds when they're that much less powerful. They're just not as good a round. They might be fine on their own, but you're not going to choose them if you have other options. One way I kind of look at it is, look at it like this. If someone came up to you right now, like a genie popped out of the ground and said, you know what, I'm going to give you a gift. You get one gift here, one wish. You can either have sex, an orgy, with 6 of the most beautiful people in the world, Or you can have an orgy with 8 Walmart checkers. Which one are you going to choose? Well, of course you're going to choose the 6 most beautiful people in the world. Now, that doesn't mean if you're married to a Walmart checker, that one you're married to is not attractive. Probably not, but they're probably fine for you. But if you look at them in comparison to other things, and you look at it as a group, like I said, in the orgy setting, you're of course going to go with the 6 most beautiful people in the world. You're not going to choose 8 Walmart tellers. That's the same thing with 357 Magnum and 327 Federal. It just doesn't do anything other than give you like 1 or 2 extra rounds. And they're not better. They're not even anywhere near as good. So just stick with the 357. Don't go with the 327 Federal Magnum. And I know this is where a lot of people are going to say, but what about 32 H&R? Well, 32 H&R is 357 Magnum's, I was going to say R word, little brother, but let's just say less capable, handicapped little brother. So, of course, it's already out. So, when you ask me what revolver should you never buy, what caliber should you never buy a revolver chambered in, I'm going to say it's 327 Federal. Because even though you get 1 or 2 more rounds, in the end, what you get out of that extra round or 2 just isn't worth it. You're going to get far more out of the same revolver chambered in 357 mag than you would out of one in 327. All right, everybody, that's it for me today. Before I go, I want to remind you that we are taking up donations for Toy Guns for Tots. We are about halfway through now, and we have broke the $6,000 mark. So we got a ways to go if we hit that $10,000 mark that I'm shooting for. So go on over to tympistolproject.com. There's a link in the upper corner of this video. Once you get over there, you can find a place right there that explains what Toy Guns for Tots is if you don't already know, and shows you a very clear place there to donate. So if you can all afford to donate, please do so. Like I said, I think we've hit the $6,000 mark here, and we're about halfway there. I'd like to get 10 grand this time. That's not as much as last year, but that'd still be a great year. So please go over and donate if you all can. I appreciate it. The kids will appreciate it. And with that being said, I am out of here. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope to see you again tomorrow. And until then, I want to remind everyone out there to always carry and stay safe until I see you again. Handgun caliber that I think is bad. Fuck that up. Buy a revolver chambered in this caliber. In this caliber. What the fuck is a caliber? Ran into my own fucking stool. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition. Fuck! That one is so obvious, like I said. Fuck, what am I talking about? I forgot my own topic. Today I want to take a little time and answer a question that's come in from the hunter rounds from Underwood, Extreme Hunters. Fuck this up. I don't know where it was, so I can just start over. Zyler! 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 I'm filming. So head on over there and donate if you can. If you go over to TYM Triple P, all right, everybody, that's it. All right, everybody, I am out of here all right. Let's get on with it here. And I know, fuck! I just can't get my goddamn words together.